award-winning musician and Shaka ILembe music contributor Mbuso Khoza continues to shine bright in the entertainment industry. His latest album, Ifa Lomkhono, fuses traditional Zulu music and modern jazz. As part of the album release, Khoza will host a live concert at the Lyric Theatre at the Reef City in Johannesburg next Friday. He joins us now in studio for more on the album and his career. Mr. Khoza, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much, and to your viewers at home.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. So you're a singer-songwriter, a cultural activist, a composer, but at the heart of it all, you're a storyteller. Yes. Tell us, when did you know that the magic of storytelling was your magic?
I think it started when I got to Johannesburg, because when I left home at the age of 21, man, I was just a gospel singer wanting to have a hit. But when I got here with the challenges of sleeping under the bridge, it got me thinking that I really need to have depth in what I do. So I was reminded of how my mother used to teach me to sing amahubo, history, and the family history. Yes.
So talk to us about that period of sleeping under the bridge. I mean, for many people, going through such a tough time may not have so much hope in their lives. What brought you to the light? How did you come out of it?
After my mother passed away, I just came to Johannesburg to follow my career in music, and because I didn't know what's happening with the music industry, so I thought I would be welcomed, only to find that I still have to introduce a language barrier. Then I ended up staying under the bridge in Newtown with other musicians there. I kept introducing myself. Sometimes I would eat leftovers there at Baseline. It was called Mega Music at the time when musicians were coming in. Yeah, so I kept introducing myself up to here. I met Themba Mkhize, who mentored me.
So then you get into the music industry. You have a lot of highlights in your career, even on a global stage. What would you say that the challenges that you faced within the music industry were that got you to where you are today?
It has been mainly all of us were trying to have a hit. So that you can get bookings, and you need to, we're fighting for airplay. So I decided to myself, let me have, like multi-dimensioned skills to get by. So now I'm now a columnist, I am now a contributor on radio. I now teach young people of their culture and music. There's a group called Newzroom Afrika.
Okay.
They've just recorded 3 albums in 1 week.
In 1 week?
Yes, they recorded the music called Umvalelo. You know, when we were growing up, we used to gather together in preparation of umemulo or a wedding day.
Yes.
So Umvalelo means we close the door with women, and and we sing, and no one was raped there. It's amazing, So, and now they recorded a mahubo as well, paying tribute to 9 Zulu kings from King Shaka. A mahubo, they serve as the scroll of the nation. They are a prayer of the nation, and they start from a lullaby. When a woman was missing a husband or wanting to sing for a baby, they would play these instruments like so.
And what's this instrument called?
It's called this dolo dolo, but it's an Australian one. It's called a mouth harp, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
And the original one would be made out of?
These are, they've been like this all the years.
Okay.
Just that it sounds almost like a string bow.
Yes.
That was made of from material from maybe a horse or a cow, and then they use it as a string.
That's so interesting. Yes. I love how you fuse in culture, your traditional music. You're a cultural educator.
Yes.
You are embedded within your native Zulu language.
Yes.
How do you think that sets you apart from many other artists?
It's because you as a singer you look beyond being a microphone holder, but you now look at yourself as like a natural trumpet, where you open up your head into many capabilities that your Creator have blessed you and your ancestors with, and then say, I am willing to tap into the spiritual treasures of those who came before me. Like that, you become a genius, but not a genius in a manner that you are better than others. Your genes, spirituality, you are aligned metaphysically with those who came before you, and then anything is intrinsic that you're doing.
Your genes are aligned with your geniusness.
Exactly.
You are within the cultural space, and you're a musician, and your music needs to sell in order for you to make a living. We
Yes.
know that what is popular is amapiano and
Yes.
all these other genres that young people naturally drift towards. How do you compete in such a space?
It's all about understanding a psychological makeup of these generations. Now, as an older person, if I'm trying to compete with the young kids who are doing amapiano, what's going to happen? What will they listen to when they're my age?
Mm-hmm.
It's better to collaborate with young kids and, you know, give them, I mean, a tradition, the passing of a tradition from Latin, transdere to hand over. That's a very important thing to ever do as an older man like me, so that I ascribe so much value. When we're growing up, as a father, what you would do to your son, you would give him a cow when he grows up, when he matures, and say, this is where you're going to begin your own livestock. Isising. So that's a culture, I think, in the modern day, we can try to intellectually pass this information to young kids and say, oh, you're doing amapiano. Beautiful. Let's just take a hoop. And then they put some piano. Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Speaking of music, Ifa Lomkhono.
Yes.
That means the inheritance of hard work.
Yes.
This is your new album. What inspired it?
I mean, the journey. I mean, I recorded my first album in 2013. It came out, produced by Newzroom Afrika and Babu Themba Mkhize. And then that album, that was me setting my foot on the industry, trying to claim the space. But now after that, it took me another maybe 4 or 5 years to record a second jazz album. Now I've been collaborating with Black Coffee, Black Motion, Mike Del Ferro, etc. So now all these experiences, because if you're doing jazz, sometimes you get boxed to the culture, and sometimes you leave other people in terms of the understanding and them singing with you.
Right.
So now I came with now an open head. I'm holding on to no view. I'm saying I respect the next view. Let's keep flowing. So it's a beautiful album produced by Dr. Newzroom Afrika. It's being released by Ropey Dope in the US. It's a cultural center that said, let's work together. And soon I might be collaborating with people like Bobby McFerrin.
That's absolutely amazing. We are running out of time. The 1st of December, Gold Reef City, you will be performing this album live.
The fun part, yes. 1st of December, I'm at Lyric Theatre and the walls are going to fall because there is a musical. I'll perform with a band and each Newzroom Afrika will present a musical. Imagine, and Nonka, Begazela, it's going to be an evening of bliss. Tickets are available at the web ticket for those. And then you can follow me on Facebook.
On the socials as well.
Mbuso Khoza on Instagram and Facebook and other.
Because you've got an illustrious career, you're very inspirational,
Yes.
especially on the front of being a cultural ambassador and educator.
Yes.
And I truly hope that your music will live beyond you and continue to educate all the young people and give us that cultural inheritance that we need in our genes. Thank you so much for joining us. If you can just close us off this hour with playing your instrument.
Okay.